As men, we're often told that silence is golden, that silence is strength, that silence can say more than 1,000 words ever could. But what happens when your silence no longer moves her? What happens when your silence no longer signifies calm or wisdom, but feels like an empty echo in her world? Stay with me, because today we're going to explore what it means when your silence has lost its impact, how to turn that around, and how Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, can guide you to regain control of yourself, your relationship, and your path as a man. Before we dive in, take a moment to hit that subscribe button. On this channel, we explore powerful stories and insights that will touch your soul, spark your mind, and engage you in ways that will change your perspective forever. Join our community and be part of a journey to live with purpose, strength, and clarity. Let's get started. Silence is powerful. It's a tool men have used for centuries to reflect, to set boundaries, and to maintain control over their emotions. It's that steady, unshakable calm that signals strength in the face of chaos. But over time, if not paired with intentional actions, silence can lose its meaning. It becomes an absence rather than a presence. Imagine this. You've been silent in the face of arguments, choosing to withdraw rather than escalate. At first, it might have felt impactful. Your silence communicated, "I'm above this." But now she's no longer fazed by it. She's no longer looking for your response. Instead, she's interpreting your silence as indifference. It's not power anymore, it's distance. Does that sound familiar? This is where many men find themselves trapped. They believe they're maintaining strength, but what they're actually doing is creating a void where connection used to be. The question is, how do you turn that around? To understand how to regain control, we need to first understand why silence loses its power. The truth is, silence is only as impactful as the intention behind it. For example, think about the last time you chose silence. Was it to reflect, to create space for calm, or was it to avoid confrontation? If your silence stems from avoidance, it's no longer a sign of strength. It's a retreat. Over time, she begins to see that your silence doesn't lead to resolution. It doesn't lead to understanding. It's just there. And so, she stops responding to it. Instead of respecting your silence, she begins to resent it. Or worse, she grows indifferent to it. Have you ever asked yourself, is my silence making her feel unheard instead of respected? Take a moment to let that sink in. Now, let's bring in the wisdom of Stoicism. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control others, we can control ourselves. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is key. Silence, in its truest form, is about control over your emotions and actions. But silence without intentional action is like a locked door with no key. It's closed off. To be a man of Stoic strength, you must pair your silence with purpose. Ask yourself, what is the goal of my silence? What am I trying to achieve? If the answer is unclear, then it's time to recalibrate. Here's where we move from reflection to action. If your silence no longer has an impact, here's what you need to do to regain your footing. Step 1. Reflect on your intentions. The first step is to ask yourself, why am I silent? Am I using silence to create space for growth, or am I avoiding something uncomfortable? Be honest with yourself. If your silence is a shield to hide behind, it's time to step out and face the situation. Step 2. Pair silence with action. Silence is only powerful when it's accompanied by meaningful action. For example, if you've chosen silence during an argument, what are you doing afterward? Are you reflecting and finding solutions? Or are you simply staying quiet and hoping things will blow over? Take deliberate steps to show that your silence is part of a process, not an endpoint. Step 3. Engage with meaningful words. Silence doesn't mean avoiding communication. Sometimes breaking your silence with thoughtful, intentional words can create a breakthrough. For instance, instead of letting silence linger, say, "I've been quiet because I'm trying to understand us better. Can we talk?" This shifts the dynamic from avoidance to connection. Step 4. Embrace patience. Finally, remember that growth takes time. As Epictetus said, "No great thing is created suddenly." Relationships require endurance and persistence. Your silence will regain its impact when it's part of a larger, purposeful journey. When you combine reflection, action, and meaningful communication, something remarkable happens. Your silence transforms from an empty gesture. Imagine this. Instead of silence feeling like distance, it now becomes a calm before purposeful words and actions. For example, the next time you choose to remain quiet during a disagreement, follow it up with deliberate actions that show your investment in her emotions and your shared relationship. Plan an activity that helps you both reconnect: a walk, an honest conversation, or even a letter to articulate your thoughts clearly. These actions turn silence into something active and impactful. Not only will she begin to notice your change, but you'll also feel more in control of your own emotional state. She'll recognize that your silence isn't about avoidance, but about creating a thoughtful response. That's what changes the dynamic from frustration to respect. This kind of intentional effort takes time. It's a journey, not an overnight fix. However, every step you take shows your growth as a man and as a partner. She'll start to see your silence as a reflection of your strength, wisdom, and love, not indifference. And you'll notice something equally profound: your own inner peace. By aligning your silence with purpose, you create harmony within yourself, which radiates outward into your relationships and beyond. That's the power of Stoicism in action. In the end, silence isn't about absence. It's about creating space for growth, both for you and for the people around you. Remember, it's not what you're silent about that matters, it's what you do in the silence. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever felt that your silence lost its meaning in a relationship? How did you handle it? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories and insights like this one. Join us as we explore the wisdom of Stoicism and how it can guide you to a life of purpose, strength, and clarity. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll uncover how to maintain respect in a relationship without losing yourself.